All right. Well, let's get into the dailies for today.
Yeah.
All right. Then I have the daily graphic here. Let's get right into it. And lots of newspapers out today. Then the front page of the daily graphic, we have Mahama leads NDC again. Now, attitudinal change key to natural resource management. And the first tranche of IMF cash coming. Okay. And we have Samira Baumia, Tego Sisters, okay, the Mirrors Model Mothers of 2023, and drowned school children buried. Okay, that happened over the weekend. You know, I had a comment which I found very unfortunate. I think it just goes with the way we do politics, but I found it unfortunate anyway. And a lot of people may also have missed it, but
So
for me, some of these things mean a lot to me. I heard the regional minister refer to the incident as force majeure. You know, force majeure is the act of God, right?
Yeah.
Now, an earthquake is force majeure.
majeure.
Tidal wave is
It's a
force
force
majeure.
majeure. Anything that has to do with rain.
A tsunami
exactly.
is force majeure. What happened with the 9 children is
It's
not
not.
force majeure.
It could
I'm
have
sorry.
been prevented.
I'm sorry. It's
Come
distasteful
on.
to say it's force majeure. Okay? It's negligence and dereliction of duty by duty bearers. That's what it is. That's what happened. We should have already have a system in place where no children, forget about adults, no children would go across any body of water without life jackets.
Or to even go
That's
to
a
school.
responsibility
Yeah.
of leadership.
True.
And we have failed them. It's not force majeure. I'm sorry. I find it distasteful. Anyway, we'll get to that during our 8 to 9 segment. Yeah.
So yeah, on the Finder, we have 17 NDC MPs booted out in 10 regions, all clear for approval of Ghana's IMF bailout. Mahama scores 98.9% victory to lead NDC for 4th time in presidential election. Wejagbawe drowning victims laid to rest.
All right. The Chronicle has these headlines. After receiving 98.9% endorsement, Mahama awaits Baumia or Alan with bated breath. Okay. After allegedly doling out huge sums of cash to the delegates, the gay supporter, oh wow, okay, loses terribly again in unpredictable constituency. Good riddance. That's the story there on the front page of the Chronicle. It says Ghana's creditors give way for $3 billion IMF deal. GIS officer rescues police from jaws of death. Okay. And the scripture for today is, fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. This is Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. One of my favorite scriptures in the Bible.
Right. And on the Republic Press, we have Mahama leads NDC again. 17 NDC MPs fall at primaries. Victims of the Wejagbawe drowning laid to rest. Akufo-Addo resurrected dead Mahama, says Martin Bebu. Ban on drumming noise making in Accra begins May 15th, and that's by the AMA. And lastly, NDC K2 not update. Edem Agbana's victory called off.
All right. The New Crusading Guide has these headlines. It says, stop the imposition of killer taxes on lottery, sports betting companies. Protect underprivileged in society, AG charges public defenders at LAC. We have EMP signs $230 million Caterpillar equipment financing agreement with the Mansour Group. Scholarship scheme launched for tertiary students in Elembele. We also have 12 NDC MPs lost at primaries, and Inspired Allswell Foundation feeds the homeless on the streets of Accra.
And on the Daily Guide, we have Mahama leads NDC, Mahama leads NDC, and now 17 MPs fall. Immigration officer rescues cops. Captain Koda chases Frimpong Watin over Galamsey report. Complete wages still breach now, residents cry. E&P Mansur Group signed to $30 million deal.
All right, I have the new publisher, and on the front page of the new publisher, it says, Baba Sadiq wins Okai Kwe Central. EMP signs 230 million equipment financing contract with Mansour. NDC retains Mahama. Lost 2016, lost 2020, attempts 2024. Okay, and Otumfor back home. And you see a picture of a smiling and very happy-looking Nana Otumfor. Actually, Otumfor. It's not Nana Otumfor, Otumfor. All right, so that's it for the new publisher.
And on the Inquisitor, Kumasi traders threaten not to pay tolls to Assembly. May 10 meeting with OSP officials. Apia Kubi on show as constituents, party members storm parliament to support him. And we have Ramadan retains Adenta NDC parliamentary slot. JM wins 99% votes.
All right. The Overseer newspaper, that's a new one. I haven't seen this one. NDC is battle ready for 2024. Selects Mahama as flag bearer with 98.9% endorsement. It says here, Ato Forces men win big in central regions NDC primaries. 17 sitting MPs booted out as Jocelyn, Momo, Suparo, and Ramadan retained. Okay, so we also have Akosombo and Bui to produce more electricity in 2023. And BOG has no moral right to ask banks to cut down lending rates. This is coming from an economist. All right, so that's it for the front page of the Overseer.
All right, so my last paper being the Informer, Elections 2024. Mahama won't win, and that's by the EIU. Exploitation of mineral resources. Government will prioritize nation's interests, and that's by the President Akufo-Addo. NDC presidential primaries. Why Dufour withdrew. Growing terrorism and extremism. All hands on deck. Afenyo Markin urges Africa. China, Paris Club rescue Ghana. And that's what we have for the Informer.
Okay. Now, very quickly from the front page of the BNFT, we have IMF deal scales significant roadblock. Treasury yields tipped to tumble 500 BPS with IMF deal, but inflation continues to erode real returns. And one more on the front page of the BNFT. Omni BSIC Bank delivers strong resounding results. Post 52.12 million Ghana Cedi profit in first quarter. There are other headlines as well on the front page of the BNFT.
And some headlines from citynewsroom.com. We have 2023 ban on noise making and drumming in Accra kicks off today.
Okay.
We are ready to win 2024 polls, Asiedu Nketia says. Pensioner bondholders suspend picketing after meeting with Finance Ministry. IMF likely to approve first $600 million tranche for Ghana by Wednesday.
All right. Well, I think it's time for us to take some sports updates from the weekend's activities. Don't go anywhere. It's sports. All right, it's time for some sports update. And we have news from the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League. We have MTN FA Cup semis stories there. We have some Premier League on Citi stories as well. And it's been a very busy weekend. Now, on Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, Ampem Dakwan ladies won their second Women's Premier League title after they beat Hazaka's ladies 5-3 on penalties on Friday at the Kwame Che Sports Complex. Now, Doris Buidua opened the scoring for Hazaka's, but Ophelia Amponsa tied the game late in the game and to force extra time and then penalties. Now, in the shootout, Pep was perfect from the spot, whilst Hazakas could not keep up. Now, for winning the league, Pep will take part in the WAFU Zone B qualifiers for the CAF Women's Champions League. Now we go to MTN FA Cup semis. Now King Faisal and Dreams FC will face each other in this year's MTN FA Cup semi-final after they both won their respective semi-finals. Now King Faisal came from a goal down to beat Instratraman FC 3-2 on Sunday. Baba Yahaya, Frimpong Boateng and Samuel Adum Entry scored the goals for King Faisal on the day. Now, in the other semi-final, Dreams FC beat Sky FC 2-1 on Saturday to make their first FA Cup final. Now, Simba Sylvester and Huzaf Ali scored for Dreams FC in the second and 18th minutes, whilst Eric Entry Kunedu and Eric Entry Kunedu. Why am I saying Kunedu? Eric Entry Kunedu got one back for Sky FC. Now, let's go to Premier League on City. Manchester City took a huge step towards winning this season's league trophy after they beat Everton 3-0 on Sunday. Ilkay Gundogan scored twice and Erling Haaland added one to give Pep Guardiola's men a chance to close the season out. Now their bid to win a third straight time was greatly helped by Arsenal's 3-0 home loss to Brighton on Sunday. Now, after a goalless first half, Brighton opened the scoring through Julio Enciso in the 51st minute, and Dennis Undav and Pervis Estupinan closed this scoring out in the 86th and 90th minutes. Now, Manchester United recorded their first league win in 3 matches with a 2-0 victory over Wolves. Now, Anthony Martial gave Manchester United the lead in the 32nd minute, and Alejandro Garnacho wrapped things up in the 94th minute to help the Red Devils as they seek to finish in the Champions League places. Now, Newcastle United suffered a setback as they drew 2-2 with Leeds United. Now, Luke Ayling and Rasmussen Christensen were on target for Leeds, while Callum Wilson scored twice for Newcastle United to leave them tied on 66 points with Manchester United. Now, Tottenham Hotspur dropped to 7th on the league table after they lost 2-1 to Aston Villa. Now, Jacob Ramsey and Douglas Luiz got the goals for Villa, while Harry Kane scored a consolation through a penalty in the 90th minute. Now, Chelsea drew 2-2 with Nottingham Forest at Stamford Bridge on Sunday. Nottingham Forest scored twice through Taiwo Owonyi, while Chelsea's Raheem Sterling got Chelsea's goals to give Frank Lampard 4 points from 2 straight games. The result leaves Forest in 16th place as they hope to fight relegation. On Monday, Leicester City hosts Liverpool at the King Power Stadium. And those are the stories on our sports roundup for today.